All right, let's go back to one of our top stories for today. And of course, we do know that Dada Morero, the ANC's chairperson in the city of Johannesburg, has been elected as mayor in the city of Johannesburg. And for some reaction on that, we're now joined by the ANC's Gauteng Provincial Secretary, Nciza, and he joins us now via our video link. TK, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. I mean, you must be a happy man because this is something that you have been negotiating for quite some time.
I think the residents of Johannesburg are the ones that should be very happy. I think the people who are running that council in Johannesburg are the ones that are really very happy. As you would have seen, the votes that almost all the political parties supporting Comrade Dada, that shows the confidence they have in his experience, in his expertise, but also his leadership quality, because it's about time that we really take Johannesburg where it belongs.
Well, TK, the last time Dada Morero was in office, he was in office for 25 days. How confident are you that this time around he will stay the course?
I think we've done everything to the latter. We took our time. I mean, I'm sure you observed it. Many people wanted us to rush to do many things. But we were not in a rush because we understood that we had to follow the law. We're law-abiding citizens. We made sure that where they say once between twice shy, so we couldn't make the same mistakes like we have done. But over and above that, I think there is an appreciation across all political parties that time to play politics has come and it's gone. It should be about citizens. It should be about making sure that we are taking services to the people. Johannesburg is the economic hub of the country, of Gauteng. So it can be that we continue to take certain risks. We need investor confidence. We need to make sure that business people have got confidence in the leadership of Johannesburg. But that confidence comes in the form of the unity and the confidence and the stable council. That's why we're making sure that there's stability now. There's no party that wakes up and says, I'm going, and they think they'll collapse the coalitions. That time has come and it's gone. Now it's time for us to make sure that whenever there are differences, we're able to crush them, we're able to engage. And there's no bigger brother attitude. And you can see that there's a lot of experience that come with negotiating coalitions. And I believe that we are all putting the residents of Gauteng, the residents of Johannesburg first. And we meant to make sure that by the time we get to 2026, there is a huge difference in their lives. We're able to build confidence once again on critical areas like crime. There's a serious crime. You would have seen the Premier speaking on what we are going to do in crime, specifically in Johannesburg. We would have seen what we're speaking to in terms of unemployment. Johannesburg is at the center of it. We would have seen what was spoken about in terms of energy, but also issues of corridors. So Johannesburg is plays a very critical role in us, making sure that the economy goes back to where it belongs, and our people are able to find expression in terms of employment. It's not only us relieving them by programs like Nurses Fund, but it's for us creating sustainable programs that would make sure that they're employed for the longest of time, programs that will make sure that we eradicate poverty.
And TK, you touched on something very important, which a number of Joburg residents have been wanting for quite some time, and that's the word of stability. And you talk about, there's no big brother attitude coming from the ANC's point of view. Perhaps just take a step back. Tell us, to get to this point, what did it entail when it came to the negotiations with all other political parties in the city of Johannesburg?
I think it took a lot, I must say. I mean, it took us almost a year and a half to be well up. But it also takes a direction that comes directly from the public itself. When the public speaks, we must listen. We must listen attentively. They spoke in the last elections. They've been speaking for some time. not only to the ANC, to all the political parties. They didn't come in their numbers to vote. They feel dissatisfied, and we can't call ourselves leaders. And we allow our people to live in squalors. We allow the type of poverty that we've been seeing, but also, we allow our people to really feel hopeless. We really needed to turn the corner.
Yeah.
And I can assure you that engaging with all the political parties, including the Action SA, which, at some point, were loggerheads with them for the longest of time. Currently, it's people that are standing up and they're saying they want to be counted in changing the people's lives. The economic freedom fighters are saying the same. AIC and all the political parties that you see, including IFP. In fact, if you want to speak about a serious unity of political parties, you must come to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
We've got 14 political parties working and agreeing on how and what should be the direction of Johannesburg. And everybody should sacrifice. You won't get everything that you want. It's not about you. It's about the residents of Johannesburg.
All right. And
But
TK,
one thing I must say. Yeah.
and TK, coming to
Yeah.
the issue around, Dada Morero's election, a number of civil society groups have been raising their concerns, and they've been saying that they want a mayor with the necessary experience to run the engine of this province. Do you think, or, can you really raise that confidence within civil society to say, well, this is the man for the job, and he does have the necessary experience that most civil society groups and residents are calling for?
That has been our plan, to give the residents of Johannesburg a mayor that will be able to do that, a mayor with the proper leadership qualities. But of course, there are a number of issues that would have happened last year or year before last, in 2022, when we actually delivered Comrade Dada as the mayor of Johannesburg. So this shows the confidence we've been talking about, that we do have confidence in him. He was our candidate mayor even before. That's why there was not even a contest among our comrades, because there's an appreciation that the cadre does have expertise. In fact, is running finance as we speak in Johannesburg, is one of the best MMCs in Johannesburg. And in the first 25 days of him leading that city, there was confidence that was being built. But we must thank Al Jamaa for the role that they've played at a time when we needed to build confidence amongst ourselves. And I think it was an unfortunate time where politics were at the center. But we want to assure the residents of Johannesburg and all the NGOs and everybody else who's been standing and saying, we are looking for a mayor that will be able to take us forward. Now you have your man. You could have heard his speech and how he's articulating the issues of economic growth in Johannesburg and how they will happen. You can hear the man is very clear, tried and tested, well-trained from the African National Congress.
Coming to the issue of Al Jamaa, how will they be accommodated in the mayoral committee, which will be announced soon? At the same time, we know that Margaret Arnolds will also be vacating her position as Speaker, because that's a position that's been offered to Action SA. How will that party also be accommodated in this new mayoral committee?
Look, we honestly had an engagement with the leadership and allowed Dada and his leadership to give us direction. I am told, but I've been in meetings, I'm told that they have submitted and there is a mayoral committee. We did assure the Al Jamaa that they will be part of the mayoral committee. At least they would have gained experience, but of course with a clear leadership that will be coming from our executive committee. And I know that Comrade Margaret as well, who's a speaker, there is an understanding that she will not be left in limbo, because she's one of the best speakers we've had in Johannesburg and a very focused people servant. Like I said, there's no big brother attitude. You would understand the numbers, or rather the stability that is being brought by Action SA, but they have the same attitude. Doesn't necessarily mean that they are coming. They will play a role of pushing others away, but will all be able to try and find each other and accommodate each other moving forward.
All right. Thank you so much for that reaction. That's ANC Gauteng Secretary TK Nciza there, just giving us his reaction when it comes to the election of the new mayor in the city of Johannesburg.